nice crack clap.
I heard it.
I feel like I preempted that a little bit. Can we do one more?
Yeah.
Okay. After 3. 1, 2, 3.
I felt better.
Yeah, that did feel better.
Did that feel better for you, Amy?
Yeah, thank you.
Excellent. All is right with the world. Amy has got the clap feeling good.
Let's not say that. Doesn't sound right.
I mean, you are the one who is very, very pro clap on this podcast, Amy. That's what I'm saying.
I like applause. What can I say? Doesn't it? I mean, everyone likes applause. We've gone over this. I don't need to rehash it.
But the fact that we do one every episode, I mean, that's the slowest slow clap going, isn't it?
So, could you compilate all of our claps into a round of applause?
Hypothetically and theoretically, yes, but I'm not doing it because that would take a
I know.
shitload of time.
I mean, you know what it looks like, so you just...
I tell you what, Stu. Because I'm in a weird hyper-focusing mood at the moment. Just in general, if you can find all of the episodes that have those have claps on them, I will sit and I will do that just for you, Amy.
Yeah.
I
mean, honestly, if you've got anything else better to do that, because Final Fantasy is going to be more fun.
That's true. That's true. Especially with a new patch coming out very soon.
Yeah. Or maybe Zelda, which is amazing, and I can't really talk about it because you don't want to get spoiled on anything.
No, that's true. I do. I am looking forward to playing that. That's going to happen soon, at a point in the future when I stop spending money on flights to Europe.
Yeah. Like every time I do something, I'm like, whoa, it's so good. Anyway.
Star Trek Resurgence drops tomorrow.
Ooh.
New game.
That's exciting.
Excited.
Is that on the PlayStation?
Yes. And Xbox and yeah, kind of everything. Yes, I'll be very excited. Doing live streams of that, and then it's Towel Day on Thursday.
Ooh.
Towel Day. Oh, for Hitchhiker's Guide.
Nonplussed. Yeah.
Yes. You're going to have to remind me why is it Towel Day?
Because it's not 42.
No, I can't remember why it's specifically Towel Day. It's the same date every year. Probably something to do with when Hitchhikers launched, or was it the anniversary of the death of Douglas Adams or something? I honestly can't remember the reasoning. I need to look it up because I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I'm actually having a little look now. It's celebrated every year on the 25th as a tribute to the author. The origin. That's a lot of words, Wikipedia. I just want to know why they do it.
So you need ChatGPT for that.
Oh, I can't stand ChatGPT. I hate the very idea of it.
I'm gonna ask the thing.
What is ChatGPT?
Well, I use a Bing one.
It's AI.
I don't have to give it my telephone number. But it's actually quite a useful tool. But
it's
I wouldn't use it.
It's replacing all the creative industries.
No,
Stop it.
To me, it's kind of like Google, but it speaks to you in plain language, right? So I use Google as a search function for Reddit because that's the easiest way for me to gain information. The AI is sort of similar to that, I think, where it's you're searching for something, for example, and it will speak to you back in plain English rather than send you a bunch of links to look at or like sum it up. So I think it's good if you know your subject and you ask it about your subject that you know about, because then you know where it's wrong. Same as you would if you were searching something on Google, like not everything's right? But if you don't know what you're talking about, how do you know what's wrong? So yeah, it's weird.
I don't think I've ever felt so old listening to that.
Yeah, this is like the new thing. I think you need to be like down with the kids and use this.
No. This needs to be burned in a fire and confined to a locked box for all eternity. I honestly don't consider myself to be much of a Luddite, but AI, ChatGPT, all that sort of stuff, it chills me to the fucking bone. It really does.
But what's the difference of that compared to the internet? Right.
But because the internet doesn't create for you. People create to post on the internet.
But
publish on the internet.
Okay, I get it if you're talking about like images and stuff, because there's a whole argument in terms of that side. But if
don't get me started on that side as an artist.
Yeah, like I totally agree with that. Like it shouldn't be used in place of human art. But I think as like a search function or a tool to sort of use the internet, to me it's just the sum of the internet all combined into one place that speaks to you, but it's not speaking to you because it's got its own spark of imagination or anything. It's just reiterating what has been fed into it previously, like when you search something on Google. Right. So yeah,
I mean, maybe I need to do some more research on it. Like maybe actually try and interact with it a bit and stuff. But yeah, just the idea just horrifies me on a very existential level. I'm not sure why. Not sure why.
I think like. I mean, I apologise if this analogy sounds awful, because I'm not in the creative industry, so I don't know, it's not affecting me personally or anything, so I might be misspeaking. But I think, like, if you look at something like furniture, for example, you have IKEA, and it produces a lot of mass naff crap furniture, but people buy it. And then you have people that create actual decent pieces of furniture that are handmade or have like had a lot of experience poured into, and they're really good, and people still have a market for that. I think the AI art and creative industry is going to wipe out that kind of corporate based stuff. You know what I mean? Where it's just like the kind of bog standard stuff, but that you still want the things that are created nicely.
I'm going to say that's probably a bad analogy, because even like your bog standard stuff from IKEA has to be designed by...
It's designed by
human. You're going to have graphic artists, you're going to have engineers who...
So who's to say that the AI doesn't have all of that? Because it doesn't create this out of thin air. It's been
putting
created
artists out of jobs. And it takes existing artwork. This is the really scary part. It takes existing artwork from actual artists without giving it any royalties,
but isn't that what people
recognition. There's a difference between
in the artwork,
influenced by an artist.
In the artwork industry, at the very least, you're always going to have your run-of-the-mill art thieves who take something that you've worked on, might repost it as their own, or they might try and alter it slightly to make it look more like theirs. The issue with the artwork side of AI is that it's feeding in hundreds and hundreds of different people's pieces of artwork without their consent, without their knowledge, and then people are trying to use that to gain money, and it's taking money out of someone else's pocket without giving them credit, without asking permission. It is straight up theft to a degree.
I absolutely agree. I don't think that's a bad point. I'm curious to know, with that kind of thing, I'm going to lose my topic. Dom, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, and on that kind of vein, because the thief in this case, because the perpetrator is an AI, is a computer program, it's a very legally sticky grey area. Say for example, if you catch ChatGPT plagiarising the art of 100 artists, who do you prosecute?
So
who do you hold accountable?
So if I create a piece of art, I've created that based on my experiences and what I've had fed into me throughout my life, right? And my influences and whatnot. So while they won't be necessarily credited, they have influenced my work. So is this different?
Yes.
Or sort of,
because the difference there is that influence and your impression of the things that you've seen and experienced are very different to a computer literally ripping it piece for piece.
So what, they're just using the same pieces?
They feed the pieces in and then throw different pieces together to try and create something new. But more often than not, you can see where it's come from. You can see that it's almost a direct one-to-one ratio of another person's piece of artwork blended with another person's piece of artwork. So rather than it being like a natural, like, there's nothing wrong with taking inspiration from someone's art style. It's the highest form of flattery. But then if you were to trace that person's artwork, very wrong. and the tracing is what the AI is doing, but on a grander scale, with multiple pieces of artwork all at the same time.
Well, I have to say, this has gotten deliciously...
Sorry, I just find it a
it's
super
great.
interesting
It's
conversation.
great.
I could natter
really
about
is.
this for ages, because I absolutely agree with you. I don't think it's good for the creative industry whatsoever, and it's going to rip out a lot of problems and stuff. But I think it's such an interesting topic to discuss, because it's so weird.
It absolutely is. I really enjoyed that. Speaking of getting deliciously deep, welcome back, listeners, to Tales from a 20-Side, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom, and I'm your GM for this game and many others, and I'm joined by Stu.
11 minutes in before we get to that.
It's fine, it's fine. At least I didn't forget. I'm joined by Amy.
I'm a real person.
And I'm joined by Asta.
Hello.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. So yeah, as I mentioned with my lovely segue there, speaking of being deliciously deep, our party, the Agents of Chaos, are currently very deliciously deep. What's going on, folks?
Oh, we have got ourselves into a bit of a predicament where we're in the middle of this quest, where we've got to deal with this Aureanos. He's attacked us. He's very slippery. He's very hard to hit. I don't think Dela's landed anything on him. She's not feeling very well. And now he's just gone in the middle. And I don't like where this is going.
We've got ourselves in hot water, and Alwyn's got a sinking feeling.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
So we're into aquatic combat now.
We are into aquatic combat, and just before we start the episode properly, I will take a moment just to refresh perhaps your memories on aquatic combat, because it's certainly not something that we've done in the podcast up to this point.
Yeah, let me go to Archives of Nervous, because I'm sure they'll have something on there.
I'll let Dom tell you.
Yeah.
Oh,
and that way the listeners get the benefit as well.
But I'm also a visual person. I need to kind of read stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Watch Dom telling. I'm not telling you how to do it.
Yeah. Don't tell me how to be, Stu.
All right.
Yeah, so tell us about aquatic combat then.
Aquatic combat. Okay. Well, I mean, if you guys are done with your recap, which it sounds like you might be, anybody want to add anything?
Oh, we're drowning.
Not quite yet, but that's certainly
in water.
That is certainly on the horizon, perhaps.
And it keeps bobbing down and then popping up again, like that Gophers game you get at the arcades where you try and bash them on the head as they pop up. I mean, that's kind of what it felt like. Whack-a-mole, that's it, yeah. That's what it felt like.
It was a little bit. It was a little bit.
But yeah, but Raiden's doing all the big hitting at the moment.
And taking the big hits as well.
Is Raiden feeling a bit...
She's not doing
under
good.
the weather?
She's not doing good.
Oh, right. Let's see what we can do about that. Underwater. Probably not a lot.
There we go. Well, I mean, lest we forget, Alwyn is the self-appointed healer of the party. So...
Yeah.
Can I keep encouraging words people infinitely until they've stacked up their temporary hit points?
It's a once per combat thing,
done.
I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like once per 10 minutes.
Ooh, one little thing from last episode that I realised kind of a little bit after the event. So when I used my shield block, and obviously that reduces the amount of incoming damage, but also the shield also takes the same amount of damage that Alwyn takes, which now means his shield is broken.
If we're playing the rules to the letter of the game, that's true. I haven't been doing that up to this point. I'm not bothered. Like I'm not going to track that level of minutia. That doesn't really interest me. I mean, sometimes there are effects that specifically say your weapon breaks or your armor weight breaks or etc etc. But like I'm not into tracking the hit points of inanimate objects.
Oh, fair enough.
That doesn't interest me.
And it seems a bit like, you know, a steel shield, like basically this big lump of steel, has only 20 hit points. That doesn't seem right at all.
But also you would reduce that damage by the shield's hardness as well. So whatever the shield's hardness is, you take that off the damage. Also, if we just dive a little bit into mathematics a second, how many hit points did you have at level 1, Alwyn?
I can't even remember.
I think it was probably somewhere in the region of 15 or 16.
That sounds about right.
And then you think about how much damage the average strike with, say, a warhammer does. So a warhammer is a D8 of damage. D8 damage. Average roll 5. Let's assume the character using it is maxed out. That's 9 points of damage. You can only take sort of 2 strikes of those at level 1 before you're down. And when you kind of translate that into the real world, that kind of makes sense. But particularly when it comes to bludgeoning attacks, because bludgeoning was how you got through plate armor. Because if you were against a foe in full plate armor, obviously you can't cut through it, but you can crush the armor into them. There was a point there. I think I made it.
Yeah. No. When you put it like that, it makes sense. It's just like now I'm almost, my total hit points is almost 100.
Very nice.
So like a steel shield having 20, like being basically a fifth as robust as Alwyn. Doesn't sound, but yeah, no, you've explained it, and yes, it makes sense now. And
also, in real life, you don't level up and get mathematically stronger. So,
I level up every year. I'm level 50 now.
Congrats on your level up. Right, sorry, folks, I got horribly distracted there. So let's run through a little briefing on aquatic combat.
Yes, please.
So as a reminder, the very last thing that happened in the battle with Aureanos, he moved to the centre of the lake, rose on the surface, and declared, "Let's see how well you fare in my world," or words to that effect. As he said this, he raised his arms to the sky. Your world turned upside down. So essentially, imagine you're still standing on the surface of this lake. However, rather than having the sky above you, you now have the bottom of the lake above you. If that makes sense. It's like you've literally just been flipped 180, gravity included. But you are indeed now underwater as this has happened. So, aquatic combat. A number of things happen to you as you are now underwater. You are flat-footed unless you have a swim speed, which I don't think any of you do.
I know if we did have one.
It would probably be somewhere near your regular speed, or if you've got a feat or something that gives you one.
Okay, yeah, no.
You also have resistance 5 to acid damage and fire damage, which means I'll be honest, it's probably not going to come up on this occasion. But if you were to be subjected to anything that dealt acid damage or fire damage, you would take 5 less damage. If you are making an attack with a melee, slashing, or bludgeoning attack, you take a -2 penalty. Not to piercing though, interestingly enough. If you are making a ranged attack that deals either bludgeoning or slashing, it automatically misses if the target is underwater. And if you're using a piercing ranged attack, your range increments are halved. So things like your bow, the range on the bow is half as much as it would be. And the last thing that will perhaps be useful for Raiden to know is whilst you are underwater, you cannot cast fire spells or use any actions that have the fire trait whilst you're underwater.
Do spells have like a spoken aspect?
A lot of spells do, and we're about to get to sort of spell casting and that sort of thing. So other than what I've just mentioned above, the game functions exactly perfectly as it always does. You can still take all the actions you can normally take. Moving will obviously you'll be a bit slower than usual unless you have a swim speed. However, we come to perhaps the most important part of this encounter now, which revolves around drowning and suffocation.
Lovely.
Basically, what is everybody's constitution modifiers?
4.
3.
Okay.
2.
Okay, that's not too bad. So, what in terms of your air supply, you can hold your breath for a number of rounds equal to 5 plus your Constitution modifier. So for Alwyn, that's 9 rounds. For Raiden, that's 8 rounds, and for Dela, that is 7 rounds. So that is essentially your time limit. So also the way that this works. At the end of each of your turns, your remaining air reduces by 1 round. If you cast a spell on that turn, it reduces by 2 rather than 1. You also lose 1 round's worth of air each time you suffer a critical hit or critically fail a save against taking damage.
Oh no.
Right.
And now, just to be clear, you say about spells, is that spells with the verbal trait?
Yes, if your spells don't have a verbal component, then that doesn't affect those. But I think most spells have a verbal component.
Alwyn's one spell doesn't.
Ah, very nice. Very
I already
nice.
done encouraging words, so.
So yeah, and there is obviously some stuff that happens when you eventually do run out of air. But I think we'll keep that a secret for now, shall we?
Hopefully,
talk
we
about
won't
it
get to that.
Hopefully we won't, but you never know. Regardless, that is my explanation done. Would anybody like any of that re-explained at all?
No, I'm good.
You all good?
All makes sense to me.
Yeah, Asta, you good?
I scribbled it down as you were talking with my crazy note taking.
With your insane stenography skills. There we go. All right. So let's jump back into the initiative order. So it did take Aureanos basically his entire turn to flip you all underwater, and you can see that whilst he's underwater, he now appears before you not as this elven individual. He appears to be like a living mass of roiling water. If you've ever seen a water elemental, he appears much more in that vein rather than his kind of semi-elven form. But it is Alwyn's turn.
Right, I'm next to Raiden, aren't I?
You are within 5 feet of Raiden, yes.
Okay, and just a reminder, I am still hasted. Thank you. So first action will be to keep the shield raised.
Mm-hmm.
Second action will be a lay on hands on Raiden. So Raiden gets 18 hit points back.
Very nice.
And yes, it is just somatic, that spell, so that's very relevant. Is Aureanos, is he within 5 feet of me?
He is not. Aureanos is 10 feet away from you. What I'm going to say, this isn't strictly how underwater speed works, but I'm going to say because you're kind of stood still on the surface of this lake, rather than having to swim around, you can walk around as normal, but you'll be moving at half speed.
Okay, with half speed I can get to him with one action then.
Yes,
which
you can.
I'd very much like to do. And with my fourth action, I'd like to stab him with the piercing, striking rapier.
Very nice. Make the attack.
Oh, that's a bit shit. 21.
21 is a miss, I'm afraid.
Yeah, not to worry. Still an effective round effect.
Yeah, not bad at all. All right. End of Alwyn's turn. Obviously, reduce your air supply by 1 round. It is Dela's turn.
Talking about effective turns. Can one throw up underwater?
Ordinarily, no, but I'm going to say because of there's a few things that you guys don't know about this place and this ability. I'm going to say yes on this occasion.
Cool. And how far is Aureanos from me?
He is currently. You could get to him with 15 feet of movement.
Could I get into a flanking position with Alwyn in 15?
If you wanted to get into a flanking position, that would be 25 feet. Actually,
20.
no, would it be? You could do it with 20 feet.
20, okay. Thoughts. Dela's gonna take 2 actions to move the 20 feet to get in flanking. And she's gonna swing with that cold iron dagger, hoping that she hits this time.
Come on, Dela.
Come on! You've been crap all day.
It's a new
I
episode.
rolled a 20!
Yes!
Ah!
There we go.
Card. Crit card.
It's a new recording session.
New
Dela's
recording
back.
session. I'm back with a 20. That'll be my one and only roll.
Well, a roll. First of all, let's have your damage with sneak attack, Dela, and then I will get you your crit cards.
With my +1 cold iron dagger. So that's 4, 7, 11, doubled, 22.
22 points of damage, and as you cut into him with the cold iron dagger, you watch as his skin sort of hisses and bubbles as the blade makes contact. So he takes a further 10 points of damage. How much was the damage roll?
22 total.
22. Nasty strike. As you plunge this dagger in. Okay, so for your crit cards, Dela, you have. You have a choice between headshot or tongue piercing.
I mean, headshot.
Headshot, okay. So your critical damage was 22, is that correct?
Yes.
The first thing that happens is he takes triple damage from that strike.
Yeah.
So rather than 22, that becomes 33, which then becomes 43, based on his vulnerability to cold iron. Amy, on Dela's character sheet, is there a box that says Class DC?
Class DC. I feel like yes.
Does it have a number inside it?
It says 21, I think.
21? That sounds about right.
It says DC base is 10, key is 3, profession is 8, and I'm trained.
Okay. That sounds right. So, yeah, because it'll be 10 base plus your dex modifier.
It's +4.
Which is +4, so that is 14. And then you add your proficiency, which is your train, so it's 2 plus your level for 8.
Yes.
So 22.
Oh, okay. Let me update that.
The crit card headshot, in addition to dealing triple damage, has the following crit effect. The target must succeed at a fortitude save or die.
Oh my god. I was saving it up.
Yeah.
You see Dom's life flashing before his eyes.
So you got to beat 22 then.
And I can tell you, fortitude save is not Aureanos' best save. In fact, it is his worst save.
Good, like me.
Aureanos has a fortitude saving throw modifier of +12.
better than me.
If I roll below a 10 on this dice, you've wiped the encounter. He rolls a 12.
So close, so close.
So close.
I gave him a good wallet though, so that's fine.
You really did, Della. So yeah, you sort of wading your way across the water. You stand behind this creature, sort of accepting his challenge to fight him in his own realm. You identify a part of him that looks mostly still humanoid, and you plunge in for what looks like the throat. The water churns and rises, and he thrusts you away. Again, now leaking this silvery mercurial blood into the water as he does so. And yeah, that was a very close run thing there. Fucking hell.
So much for phase 2.
That's it. And yeah, with that heavy strike, that ends Della's turn. We're round to Raiden.
I would like to first of all assess if I were to cast my favoured type of spell. Is that a bad idea where we are right now?
What's your Arcana modifier, Raiden?
My Arcana is a plus 14.
14. Okay, this is going to cost you an action to think about this. Plus 14 on Arcana. You're not sure. You've never done it. The logic would dictate that water, as you know, is conductive to electricity. That there is a chance that it might feed back onto either yourself or to. But basically, the spell you may not be able to control the magic as you normally expect to. But equally, as say, you've never done it, you might be completely fine.
I do like learning, so I'm going to cast lightning bolt.
All right.
It'll take a basic reflex save.
Okay. Lightning bolt is a 5-foot line, yes? 5-foot wide line. Okay. So with that, I will say that with the angle that Raiden is currently at, she will probably want to move in order to get a clean shot on just Aureanos. Unless she wants to blast Alwyn and Raiden, Della.
No, that is not part of her plan.
Do it.
I won't be able to do it on this turn because I use my action to assess the water.
Oh, that's true.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Just do it. Finish him. We'll heal up afterwards.
Raiden's complicated. How much does she care about these people? Versus getting out of here.
I mean, how many days have we spent together?
It's not that many days. But by that same token, with the conversation in the conversation with Ilveria and Matavius, Raiden at least hinted that she cared a little bit. But that's not for me to decide. That's for you to decide.
I do it, and part of my verbal component is shouting sorry.
Right, you blast out this lightning bolt. I'm going to need a reflex save from Alwyn and from Dela.
Oh, that's something I'm okay with.
18 for Alwyn, which I'm guessing is a fail.
Yeah, it's a 20.
22, okay.
I get a 23.
23. Very nice. So that is a success for Dela and a failure for Alwyn. Roll your damage on the lightning bolt.
39.
39 damage. Sorry, what was your DC?
22.
22. Well, that is unfortunate. I rolled a 14 on Aureanos's. On the dice for Aureanos, his bonus is plus 18. He critically succeeds.
No.
What was the damage you rolled, Raiden? 39. Ouch. Okay, so Alwyn, you take 39 points of electricity damage.
And ring damage.
And some ring damage as well. Dela will take 19 points of electricity damage.
19, okay.
Alwyn takes 4 points of ring damage as you're blasted with lightning. And Raiden, how many dice do you roll when
4.
you roll lightning bolt? 4. Okay. So as you kind of loose this lightning bolt, it feeds back to you a little bit, and you take 4 points of electricity damage. Yeah, and perhaps to the chagrin of Dela and Alwyn, they see that Aureanos is completely untouched as he kind of breaks apart and melds with the water for just a moment. I think that's going to end Raiden's turn. So reduce your air supply by 2, Raiden. 1 for casting the spell, 1 for ending your turn. Which brings us round to Aureanos, still looking quite heavily wounded from that strike. You watch as he spins, he kind of brings his arms together, these raging torrents of water, starts to whirl them around himself, almost like a whirlpool. He will make a strike against Dela and against Alwyn. So against Dela, that is going to be a 33 to hit. No, 31 to hit Dela.
Oh, that was close to be a critical, but that's a hit.
Ooh, okay, 31 to hit Dela. That's a crap roll. And a dirty 20 against Alwyn.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh my god, after Raiden's nearly killed me.
Brutal.
Rightfully so.
I foresee some.
All right.
Are you sure you're not evil when we get out of this?
Too right.
So Dela, you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as this current of water slams into you, and you are pushed. You are pushed 5 feet away from Aureanos.
Okay.
He's got an action left. He actually will, having blasted you away from him, Dela. This raging torrent of water surges away from Alwyn, dives toward Raiden. That will provoke attack of opportunity if you have the reaction.
I will take that. Yes. 19 on the die for 34.
Ooh, that is a hit, Alwyn. If Dela hadn't been knocked back, that would have been a crit.
Yeah, that's 10 points of piercing damage.
10 points of piercing, very nice. Of course, the piercing weapon not taking any penalty. So yeah, that does take all of Aureanos' turn. He basically swarm. He tries to whelm Dela and Alwyn, knocking her away from himself as he does so, and then bursts away in a jet of speed towards Raiden. I keep almost saying Otto because I'm using Otto's token to represent Raiden. He's not here. He's sleeping. He's sleeping. End of Aureanos' turn. We are round to Alwyn.
Okay. How far away is Aureanos now?
So basically, probably intentionally, he has moved. You see, he's moved essentially to the far side of Raiden. To get into melee combat with him would be 15 feet of movement.
Okay. That's going to be 2 actions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do that. Can I get... So I'm making it as easy as possible for Dela to get into a flanking position.
Yes, you can do that with 20 feet of movement.
Yes, that would still be 2 actions, so yes, I'd like to do that, please.
Okay, 2 actions, you wade across.
3rd action, I'll continue to raise the shield. 4th action, I'll strike at him with the rapier again.
Yeah, that haste coming in clutch, man. Great
It
play.
really is. Shit roll, though, 22.
Oh, 22, unfortunate. Yeah, you're not used to being underwater like this, Alwyn. It's really strange. It's like you're walking through tar, with all the weight of the water and stuff. Yeah, you plunge the rapier toward this roiling mass of water, and you end up glancing to one side.
That's Alwyn.
Okay, which brings us around to Dela. So obviously, Alwyn, reduce your air supply by 1 round.
Yeah.
Dela, it's your turn.
So how much movement to get into that flanking spot?
It would take you 20 feet of movement.
20 feet, okay. So I will use 2 actions to move into that spot.
Okay.
And I'm gonna swing with the dagger. Back down to math rolls, so that's a 23.
Or 23 against a flat-footed Aureanos in his watery form, which does affect his AC. 23 is just enough to hit.
Oh, yes!
Yay!
Okay, with sneaks. Oh, nice. So 6, 8, 13. Cold iron.
13. Oh, the cold iron again. Again, as you strike him, you watch the water kind of boil and hiss as it's struck with the cold iron. So that 13 becomes a hell of a lot more. You can see now after that strike, this roiling mass of water. It looks like it's starting to break apart. You think it's. You get the sense that Aureanos is struggling to hold himself together. However, very much still kicking. Very much still a threat for the time being.
Boo! That's it for me.
Stella done.
Yeah.
We're on to Raiden. Can she bring it home?
Don't do that again.
If I can get to within 5 feet of Aureanos, that would be fantastic.
You already are. When he moved, it's almost like he moved behind you to try and launch an attack on you.
In that case, I will shocking grasp.
Go for it. Roll the attack.
I'm going to change. I'm going to use my Raiden die. That was a terrible idea. Hero point. That was a really good use for hero point to change one crit to another.
Yes. Very nice.
I like my Raiden die. Okay, not terrible.
Okay. What is the minimum damage on your shocking grasp?
Minimum damage would be 2.
2. Okay. Let's roll your dice.
I rolled a 17.
Okay. So based on your natural 20 Raiden, obviously you have the choice of drawing a crit card. I offer you the following choices as inspiration for how you defeat Aureanos.
Yeah.
Would you like Life Leech or Light Blast?
What do you guys think?
Oh, Life Leech sounds the most evil.
Yeah, that's a fair point. We'll go Life Leech.
Go with Life Leech. All right. So as part of that strike, Raiden, you actually draw some of Aureanos' essence into you, recovering 3 hit points. Now tell me how it looks as you destroy him.
Probably very similar to his Mist Stalker. Start charging up the purpley electricity around my hands, and any part of him that still looks vaguely humanoid, I'm going to wrap my hands around his throat.
Oh, nasty. She literally is turning into the Emperor. It's great. Oh yeah, you do so, and yeah. As you do so, how many dice are on
for that one? Just
shocking grasp. Just 2 again. So you, as part of casting that spell, you take 2 points of lightning damage. Alwyn and Raiden also take 2 points of lightning damage.
Dela.
Sorry, Alwyn and Dela. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Oh.
And ring damage.
2 points of ring damage.
Sorry, how much was that?
2 points of ring damage. As it kind of arcs out from him. Yeah, so Raiden charging this hand up with energy, grabs hold of this roiling elemental. There's a burst of energy. You watch as some of the water is drawn into Raiden, closing up her wounds, and then there is a mighty flash of light as you watch as the elemental form of Aureanos, still thrashing around very much in its death throes, bursts and disperses, and you all find yourselves thrust above the welcome surface of the water as your heads break into the air once more.
I'm so sorry. Is everyone okay?
Not really.
I'm sorry. It seemed
Can I
like a
throw
good
up
idea
again?
at the time, and then it kind of wasn't.
I think, given what's just happened, Dela can absolutely throw up, and I'm just going to say that ends your second condition.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as we come out the thing and you go, is everyone around? I think I'm okay.
Just the handkerchief comes out, and I start dabbing Della's face.
Oh.
Whilst you're still swimming in the water.
Yeah.
So you're dabbing her wet face with your wet handkerchief.
Your fingernails are rather claw-like.
Yeah, maybe you should take that, and I just hand you the handkerchief.
Yeah, I'm gonna swim that way.
Yeah.
Or is it? How deep is this water? Is it quite deep?
That's a great question. This water, when you were plunged underneath it, it looked a good sort of 20, 30 feet deep. But kind of as you take this moment to take a breath and regain your senses, you start to notice the surface of the water appears to be raining upwards, and it starts raining harder and harder, sort of coalescing into a single point, and then you watch as, in a matter of seconds, this lake that you found yourselves in coalesces into a ball of water that vanishes into the sky, and you find yourselves landing with a squelch in the muddy basin of this of what was this lake.
Oh no! I hold my hat up.
Gone back into the sky where it belonged.
We did it. Just.
Are you okay, though?
Yeah, my hair's standing on end.
Alwyn and Dela are looking a little bit frazzled.
I don't know what's the time of day. We need to get back and tell Rav what we've done.
Yes.
Yeah, we're running out of time.
Yes, we do. But first, I'm going to have a look around. So when we dispatched the other one, there was a javelin that was left. I'm going to look around to see if there is anything. I'm also going to look for the club that I dropped as well.
Okay, let's have a perception roll from Alwyn.
Do you want help? I can help.
23.
23. Okay. So as you walk around trying to find this club, the club is gone, Alwyn. You don't see it anywhere. It's probably got stuck in the mud or something. But yeah, you see no sign of that. What you do find, you find as you're walking around, Alwyn, sort of looking for this club you dropped, and also anything that may have been left behind by Aureanos, you come across a dozen quite large freshwater oysters that are lying in the muck and the mud.
Okay, I'll gather them up.
You also come across in the area sort of where Aureanos was finally destroyed. You come across something that is almost imperceptible, but it becomes obvious as the light kind of shimmers on it. Shimmers on it. You see there is what looks to be a cloak of some kind. It has kind of a silvery sheen to it that appears to be made of. And yeah, as you touch it, it feels like it's made of water, but it's a tangible object, and you can kind of pick it up.
Okay. Oh, Raiden, this cloak, probably magical. Is it?
Is it magical?
How'd you know? Oh, you have arcane sense now, don't you? Which means you always have detect magic.
But as I focus on it, my eyes go pure black.
Yeah, definitely not evil, guys.
Not at all evil.
Yes, as you focus on the item, I can tell you the oysters are not magical. However, this kind of cloak you pick up definitely has a strong aura of elemental primal magic about it.
Yeah, that definitely smells kind of magical, very primal.
Okay, do you want it? I don't know what does it do?
Dela puts it on.
Just whips it out of Alwyn's hand.
Dela whips it out of Alwyn's hand and just puts it on.
Oh, my back's wet.
Interestingly, no. So Dela, as you whip this cloak around your shoulders, and when I say cloak, I really mean it's more of a shawl than anything else. Yeah, you put it across your back, and it's strange. You expect it to make your back feel wet, but actually it doesn't. It actually feels, as you put it on, it feels almost comforting. You know, there's a soft warmth to it as you throw it around your shoulders.
We found a comfort blanket. Oh, this is amazing. This is nice. I like it. Does it suit the hat?
So this cloak, you can't, because you can't really see it unless the light is right. I'd say yeah, absolutely does.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah. One thing I will say, Dela, as you throw this cloak around your shoulders, there is a moment where some of the lingering water from where you were ill a second ago kind of bubbles into your lungs, and you start to cough sort of with this water in your lungs. And then as you throw the shawl around your shoulders, you find that coughing subsides, and you are no longer experiencing that discomfort.
Interesting.
Obviously, without knowing exactly what the item does, you can draw your own conclusions on that.
Obviously yours now.
Unless you want it. I'm fine. It hasn't eaten me.
I'm happy. I've got my oysters.
Okay. We'll eat well tonight.
Now while we're talking about magical things, Raiden, can you remove my ring? He'll hold out his hand in a kind of like pull my finger sort of gesture. This ring, it keeps biting me. Whenever I get injured, it does more. It hurts me.
Yeah. As Alwyn shows you his hand, Raiden, you can see that his ring finger on his left hand. Is that where you put it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. His ring finger on his left hand. The hand itself looks sort of normal and healthy, but there is one finger which has a ring on it. That finger is it is blackened and it is necrotized, and it looks doesn't look healthy.
Do I get a read on the ring with my detect magic?
Yes, you do. That ring is very, very magical, very powerfully magical.
Well, before I try anything, I should get some information so that I narrow down my search of what needs doing. Where did you get this?
Found it.
Before I met you.
Yes, got it a long time ago now. And then forgot I had it, and then found it in my pack and put it on. And now it won't come off. I mean, the alternative is I'll get Della to cut the finger
depending
off.
on whether or not that changes when the ring comes off, you might need it anyway. Can I maybe try and do some kind of arcana check to see if I can gauge what this ring is about?
Yeah, you absolutely can. Roll that arcana. Actually, what's your
14.
arcana bonus? 14. Okay. So Raiden, whatever this ring is, and you're not entirely certain, it seems to be quite a powerful magic item. You're not familiar with the exact kind of item it might be. However, certainly looking at it, listening to what Alwyn is saying about it, you get the sense that it is probably cursed.
It's cursed. I watched the movie last night, sorry.
Okay. With that assumption, would I know if it would be better to lean into curse removal magic, or would a dispelling of it work?
So based on your general knowledge of magic and of that role, both are likely to be effective. However, specialized curse removal magic will be much more effective.
In that case, from what I can wager, it looks like it's cursed. Quite.
And actually, in fact, as part of that role, I think it'd be fair to say that you don't think that curse would end if the finger were removed.
I think the ring is cursed. Quite powerful magic involved. I don't think the curse would end if Della removed the finger. You've got...
What, even like taking the ring with it?
Probably not. But two options available. Magic that involves curse removal would probably be most potent and useful. Or I could try and dispel it. Now, the choice is entirely yours.
Okay.
I only have access to dispelling magic.
Well, it's not going to do any harm.
I have no idea.
So, yeah, let's give that a go. Let's give it a go. Oh, one moment before you do, I'm going to cast Desperate Prayer and then do a lay on hands on myself.
All right.
Right. Okay.
I do happen to have the spell prepared, so I will attempt dispel.
Okay. My favourite phrase, please talk amongst yourselves for a second. Because I just need to find something from a very long time ago to figure out what you're rolling against here.
So do you think these oysters have got pearls in them then?
Oh, we can find out. I mean, you're good with a dagger, aren't you?
Yeah.
You can maybe start opening them, but... well, actually, no, we want to keep them fresh until we're ready to cook them.
Do we have a bucket?
We don't want live oysters. I mean, that'll end up being, Tuesday after dark.
I don't know. Oysters are weird.
The texture of snot.
I haven't had one. But they don't appeal to me, much like snails.
Taste of lemon. Oh, snails taste of garlic.
What's the texture like, though? Is it like chewy?
It can be a little bit. I was about to say, it'd be, I don't know what I'm doing Alwyn's voice.
No, we're having a conversation about food and character.
Oh, right,
and
yes.
we're discussing oysters.
I mean, well, no, I was about to say it can be a little bit like gristle on meat, but then I realised I'm talking to a vegetarian. So,
sorry. I mean, I've had meat. I'm a vegetarian all my life.
Yes. It's sort of a little bit like gristle in meat. Yes, that's snails.
Well, I'd rather the pearls. Hopefully, there's one in one of these.
Is this going to hurt?
I have no idea.
Raiden?
I don't specialise in putting curses on people. That didn't sound convincing.
Oh no, that is good to know.
So why do your eyes go black then?
It would be worse if you did. I have to say, it would be far worse if you did.
Because eyes going black, that seems like a more of an evil thing.
No. That's just me looking at magic. Like a second sense.
So, did Otto's eyes go black?
No, but you know,
it's been a while since you've seen Otto cast a spell, so maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, there's all sorts of magical things. You know, judging people, by the way they look. We don't do that.
No, we ask
judge
them
you
first.
by your size, do we?
Yeah, no, we ask people first, and then make our decisions. I was just asking because I've only seen.
Yes.
I'm sure Della's only seen black eyes on evil things. That sounds like an evil trope. I don't know, actually.
Sounds like a stereotype.
That does sound like a stereotype. Am I being black eyes-ist?
Maybe
there
you
was
are.
that comment about my claws as well.
Maybe.
When I look at my claws.
Yeah, but I mean, they were very near my eyes, and I just noticed it. And
I mean,
I don't know.
I didn't ask for them to spring out of the tips of my fingers. They just did.
Were you expecting that?
I had concerns it would happen eventually, but more of a wait and see than a expectation.
Concern. So is it a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't mind talking about it. I guess it depends entirely on your point of view. I don't know if my heritage giving me additional features means anything in the long run, or if it's just a natural progression of what I am. It might mean that I'm one step closer to the calling, or it might mean absolutely nothing at all.
I don't know.
And-
What that is.
I'll ask a question if I may, and forgive me for asking. It's simply because I really don't know. Are hags evil?
Are you who are you asking? Raiden or the DM?
Raiden.
I don't think I'm the best person to ask.
Okay. Dela, do you think hags are evil?
I don't know anything about hags, but Raiden, I think we did a good thing today.
We'll just ignore
So-
the part where kind of hit you both. Yes, missed.
When you missed,
You didn't.
yes,
You didn't
it
know,
does instead.
and you've got to try. And we didn't know how long we were going to be underwater, so
I got no problem with that. But
yeah, it's all good.
Raiden, if you do find yourself turning sort of evil, do you want us to kill you?
I mean, that's a bit forward.
Well, no. If I was worried that I was going to turn evil, I would be saying, "Kill me before I get evil and hurt people."
That's a very Alwyn thing to say.
I'd rather prefer you
Thank you.
let me wander off into the night and do my own thing.
Yeah, that's the way I would go. Go do my evil
Okay,
Dela
if you promise
things.
you won't hurt people. Okay.
Should we look at that ring?
Yes, please.
Talking about hurting people.
So as that conversation comes to its natural conclusion, Alwyn, you hold out your ring towards Raiden. Raiden, what do you do?
I will attempt to channel my magic and cast Dispel Magic on the ring.
Right. If I may, what level are you casting at?
It's prepared at a 2nd level.
Prepared at 2nd. So casting at 2nd level. Okay. So you reach out. You take Alwyn's hand in yours, Raiden. You start to focus on this ring, weaving the magic as the magic starts to flow out from you. To Alwyn and Dela, what is about to follow happens in less than a second. For Raiden, however, as you reach out with this magic toward this ring, you feel this black presence, this black dark presence around this ring, and you reach out towards it with your magic. And as your magic makes contact with the aura of the ring itself, it's like the world around you stops. And in your mind's eye, Raiden, stepping out from directly behind Alwyn, you see the familiar form of a tall, blonde-haired, imperious-looking woman dressed in furs of blues and silvers. She wields a sickle made of ice on her hip and has a long shaft of, again, what appears to be an icicle dancing between her fingertips. And she looks you in the eye, Raiden, and she says, "Ah, so you seek to relieve the thief of his punishment. Very well, my dear. Let's play a game." And that's what we do for tonight.
Oh, this is not good.
A familiar.
Tales from the 20 Side is a Feagle Films production in association with Juicy Fools. Music by Alexander Nakarada and editing by Stu Jackson. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Discord by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.
I will say for the benefit of the players, this person looked identical to the woman trapped in the bubble near the dancing hut.
I had her name somewhere in my notes.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Finally going to get rid of this ring. Yay.
Are you?
Yeah, totally. Getting rid of something.
We'll find out. One day.
And to go back, the whole reason why AI came up in conversation, the reason why Towel Day is held on the 25th of May That was 2 weeks after Douglas Adams died. So that's why.
I have found the name, but I'm not sure on the pronunciation. Nijana? And my notes say that she is a high-ranking Jadwigger and in Elvana's inner circle. And she was in charge of the Pale Tower.
And murderer. But, yeah, we don't like her. She can go.
She can jump in a volcano.
Oh boy, what have I got into in your behalf? Like Raiden doesn't even know if she cares all that much.